Blog Talk Radio.
Peace, 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 family, peace. How y'all doing out there? Peace, much love, hotel, assalamu alaikum. What's up? All those good greetings out there to you. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there, family? Welcome in one more time to Culture Freedom Radio Network, most definitely in the house. Hey, I'm your host. I am your brother, Sun Ray 9, coming in this house right here, January the 9th, man, 2017, y'all. We have truly embarked upon a whole new year, most definitely, y'all. I hope with a new year, we've come in the house with a whole different mindset. Well, if you already had a good mindset, that's cool. But, you know, we can always build upon it. But if you had one of them old badass mindsets, you had a bad attitude and all of that stuff, I hope you got a good one. I hope you got a brand new one. I hope it's better than last year, man. I'm telling you. But, hey, how y'all doing out there, family? Man, tonight we got a little short topic of conversation. Well, I do anyway, Brother Son Ray. A little short topic of conversation here that I want to build upon tonight. Not going to be long in the house, and I will tell you that right after I get into this topic, tell y'all about this topic of conversation right fast. Tonight's topic of conversation is, should Nuwaupains study other doctrines besides Dr. York's teachings? Should Nuwaupains study other doctrines besides just studying the teachings of Dr. York? And let me say this to you, family, and I have to say this, and I put this in the description. If you read the description to my Nuwaupain family out there, first of all, in the description, I said this is not an attack on the Nuwaupain family. So don't take this as an attack or I'm trying to do what's that dude named, Chuck Morgan, or do anything to defame anything dealing with the master teacher. That's not the premise of the show. Kind of the basis of the show is somewhat of, because I was listening to some show on the YouTube. I'm not going to go into any names or no shows or nothing like that or call people names out. I don't want to be thinking about it, thinking I'm trying to go at them and attack them. You know, some people, never mind. But it was something I was listening to on a show that was on YouTube, podcast, Google Hangout, and I was listening to some things and it had to make me think. And I've been thinking about this and been, knowing this for a while. And let me do it like this. Let me go read some of the description here. Now, I said in my premise that this is not an attack on the Nuwaupains. So here we go, y'all. There's some of the description. Do some Nuwaupains think that the master teacher, Dr. York, is the only one with all the answers to our many questions? That's one. And if you are in an organization, is it wrong for you to study information outside of your organization? That's for anybody. If you're in some kind of organization or whatever and study the doctrine, is it wrong for you to study anybody else's information outside of your organization? Is it wrong? Is it wrong for you to do that? Okay. Do Nuwaupains act like, and check it out, family. Do Nuwaupains, or some Nuwaupains, that's what I said, y'all. Do some Nuwaupains act like religious people when it comes down to the teaching or when it comes down to Dr. York? Do they act like the Christians, only believing in what Jesus said? Jesus is the only way. They tell you, man, Jesus is the only way. Ain't no other Savior but the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Ain't no other way besides Allah. If you don't believe in Allah, you're going to hell. Jehovah's Witness. If you don't believe in Jehovah, you're going to hell. Your way is wrong. Dr. York is the only answer to our salvation. Do some Nuwaupains act like religious people when it comes down to Dr. York? That's one of the questions, family. And I said here and also in the description, I studied under the master teacher for several years, and I still do, family. Studied a lot of the books. I still have a lot of my books from the master teacher, so I still read a lot of the books and the information. But I have said this here. But let me say for the record that that there are some things that the master teacher didn't teach on. Even though I studied the master teacher and I studied the teaching, there's a lot of teaching that he do touch on, but there's some things that he don't teach on. So I said here in the description. So that means for me, he's not, let me see how I said it. I'm going to read it like I had it. So for me, he can't be my one all answer man. So he's not the man that I'm going to for all of my answers, because I get into a lot of different things. So he's not the man. If he don't go into every different thing, every forms of teaching, everything that's out here that some of us want to know, he don't have all the answers to a lot of things. And I get into a little bit of that as well. So is it wrong for Nuwaupains to study doctrine and information? That's some of the things that I just want to touch on tonight right here on this broadcast. And please, Brother David, I see you in the house. I want to bring you in a little bit, brother. I'm just going to do about 45 minutes. I'm getting the hell out of here tonight. But these are some of the things I want to just bring up and I want to talk about tonight on this broadcast. And like I said, first of all, let me say to the Nuwaupain family, this is not an attack on Nuwaupains or Dr. York. Dr. York, by all means, is not attacked on him, Dr. York. But shit, you got too many people out there trying to attack him, and I will never try to attack him because this is one of the brothers or master teachers. And like I tell y'all, I study all the different teachers, so he's one of the master teachers or one of the first master teachers that I ran across that helped enlighten me and brought me and made Brother Sun Ray into what he is today. So, I mean, despite whatever people saying about him, the allegations or whatever that's going on with his case, I'm not going to touch on that. I'm not into that. Like, there's a lot of other people that's out here getting into that. I'm just dealing with the information and how it helped uplift me and change me even before his incarceration was what happened to him. So I've just say about the teachings and how it went down the road it led me to, you know what I'm saying, and how it elevated me to where I'm at today. So I could never say the teachings. As far as the teaching, it was good for me, and like I still study a lot of things. There's still a lot of eye openers for me in the teaching. Like I said, and I know some people try to put the characteristics of the man with the teaching, and for me, now me and a brother, we had a conversation before we get into this deep. We had a conversation about that. Like some people, or the characteristics, people like, say, the personal life. Just say, for instance, y'all, we talking about the Nuwaupain doctor. They might say, Dr. York, he y'all know what they say. He's charged with. Most people say child molestation, there's racketeering, and some more stuff involved in it. But they'll say, well, he's involved in that, so I ain't fucking with the teaching because I ain't studying no doctrine of the child molester and this and that. Well, I'm gonna say like this here. I wasn't in the man's bedroom, and I'm not saying I don't give a damn about what happened because I didn't know nothing about this. I was already studying the teaching before. I never met him personally, so I never know what the fuck went on in his bedroom. I only knew him by his teachings and what he taught. That's the only thing I knew. I never met him personally, so I got the information and I studied the information, and that's what I got, the information, and got that part. Now, with everything else that happened later, I had to just look at it and for myself and like, oh, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? And just look at what, the allegations myself. But it was the teaching. So I understand we can take the personal life of a person. And what I'm really trying to go with, because let me break it down. Because I'm getting out of track my goddamn self. Because I'm trying to hurry up y'all for time. That's why I'm saying I'm trying to rush. But let me slow it down. Sometimes just because we can have a good person or a person whose teaching, it does help people, and it could elevate a person. But in their personal life, they might be doing some sick, sadistical, messed up stuff out here in their personal life and what they're doing in their own personal life. But what they may be doing in the front, as far as teaching people, they probably be real sincere about that, what they're doing. But in their own personal life, when they're not in the classroom teaching, they're not on that stage teaching or whatever, they might be picking up. They might be smoking crack. They might be, doing all kind of, bullshit that we don't agree with in their own personal life. So me, say, I don't put the teachings of the master teacher in the same pot with his personal life. Whatever he did in his personal life, I don't know nothing about that. I mean, still with all of what they saying today, I don't know about his personal life. I never met him personally. I only just hear the proof that the people are putting out themselves, whether it's from the Nuwaubian end or whether it's from the media end. I just got to look at it and weigh it out. But as far as me, I'm looking at what they're teaching and how it has a positive effect on me, not what his personal life has done, but what the teachings have done, because the teachings have led me into other, avenues and venues of information. So that's what I'm trying to say. A lot of times, man, we want to look at it, stay away from the information because, and I've heard people say that, well, I don't want to fuck with the information because of what he's been charged with. And you miss out sometime on, look at the information. I'm just going to say, look at the information, man. I'm not running from the goddamn information because what somebody said. That's the information. The information is ever here because, like I said, he would say, and I'm going to get into this too, and he would say, don't believe me, check it out. So this means there's other people saying these things other than just him. So this is not even, it means if I tell you to go check it out, check this out, don't believe me, check it out, that means somebody else is saying this other than just me. So this is information that most, maybe certain groups of people, 2 or 3 people are talking about. So, you know what I'm saying, look at the information. You know, take my personal life out of this shit. Look at the information. That's all I'm saying. But let me get into this here, man. Like, but the whole thing about the, really got into this because I know that there are some people who only want to study only what the master teachers teach. Now, there I would say on certain aspects of that, probably nothing wrong with that. But at another half, there is. And I'm going to go with this. For one aspect when I say probably nothing wrong with it, because if you're saying that you are a teacher, if you want to teach the people, right? Now, if you just only want to teach just only to Nuwaubians, that's cool. That's fine and dandy. But I still would think that you should study other doctrines or other information as well to go hand in hand in that with what you're teaching and presenting. But if you're just only teaching only with Nuwaubians only, okay, maybe fine. Fuck it. That's all you want to study? Cool. But if you want to teach the people, not other than just Nuwaubians, and you're trying to bring other people into the fold of the information or just uplift other people, I think you need to look at more than just that, because here's why I say that too at the same hand. You know, it's like somebody who's not a Nuwaubian. If you're presenting them with, let's say, the new books they got out now called The Actual Facts or Rock. I'm just going to say The Actual Facts. And they like, you know, what is the information? Can I, the information that's in there, can I look this up somewhere else and verify this somewhere else? You're like, no, well, we the only ones that's saying this or so-and-so. Some people might not want to look at that. They might not want to, well, nah, brother, if I can't check this out, you know what I'm saying, get no validity behind this is what's being said, a verification from this, I don't want to fuck with it because this just might be just some y'all saying. You know, I can't verify this information that's in this book. And I know some people would say that we don't need nobody to, and this is what they say. If you say that, and I've heard this say it, we don't need the white man to verify our information. Wait a minute. First of all, who the fuck said that the white man got to be the one to verify? When somebody asks you, can I look this up, who the fuck said, can I go and find it from what the white man said first before I believe Doc? See, that's the bullshit right there. It's like a scapegoat type shit, really, when people do that. See, that's when y'all always want to play the fucking race card, too. You don't want to play the race card on one hand, but then when you come down and let somebody ask you, can I find this information outside of your doctrine, what y'all find it? Then y'all want to throw the white man in there. Come on, fam. That ain't how we do that. Who to say another black person is not teaching this outside of Doc, the master teacher? It may be somebody else black saying it. So when I ask, can I verify this or look this up somewhere else, I don't give a fuck if it might be Dr. Phil Valentine, my Dr. Ben, or some goddamn body, you know what I'm saying, who might have been teaching the same thing. So don't try that escape out shit. Well, we don't need nobody to verify our information. Come on, fam. That ain't how you do that. It's just like if a Jehovah's Witness come to me with them damn watchtower. Nah, come to me with a watchtower. And they say, here's some information about, about Yahweh or whatever like that, what do they call it? Jehovah, my bad. Jehovah. And you like, can I look this information up other way? Well, no, this information you only can find in our pamphlet, like certain words or whatever. And you might not want to look this up. You might want to look this information up elsewhere, and see what's, cracking, to get more in depth in it. You know what I'm saying? Because your information, look, people, they want to spread this information out to other people. And you be like, well, no, this is something else that they're just teaching. You can have the same teacher. A lot of people can teach the same teaching, but some people can bring the information more in depth. Let me give y'all this for example. And I hear a lot of people saying that Dr.York he stole the information or he copied the information from David Icke. Now I've heard people say this. They said Dr.York, he's pseudo. He get his information from David Icke. He copied David Icke. He copied Zechariah Stenson. And I've read most of David Icke. I've studied a lot of David Icke, listened to a lot of his lectures, read a lot of his books. Not too much of Zechariah Stenson. But in what I've heard from the master teacher, he go more in depth in a lot of things or make it more overstandable. And I hope that's a word, y'all. I'm going to make that a word tonight, y'all. Don't look that word up in the dictionary. But he make it more overstandable for me, for us as Nubian or black people or whatever, to our people to understand this information. You can listen to white people. Look, David Icke them, when they teaching they goddamn people, y'all. Come on now. We understand this. How even in the school system, certain curriculum don't captivate our people unless it's brought in a certain way. Y'all know how they had to come with this shit to get our children to read and shit. They came up with all this shit called hooked on phonics and all of this old shit like that to and even now to educate some of our children. They come up with ways to with rap or whatever to help our children learn. So our learning ability and all of this shit is not the same as the fucking European. Come on, family. It is what it is. So he came and brought a lot of information, even when he talked about the reptilians, different than what they brought. So, but when they say that he's teaching pseudo and this and that, but they said he got the information from David Icke. They said, well, he's teaching this pseudo. He got the information from David Icke or Zechariah Stenson and all these white people. But they never say that David Icke, who he got the information, or what's his name, Zechariah Stenson, they never said they teaching pseudo. They never say that what they teaching is bullshit and pseudo. When they say that he's teaching pseudo, and he got the information from them. But are they saying that they teaching pseudo? They don't say that shit. They don't go into endeavor and talk about how they teaching bullshit if he got it from them. So if he got it from them, that means they teaching bullshit. Y'all need to talk about how they're teaching the bullshit to the people, and he bringing that bullshit into the black community and bringing the bullshit into the community teaching our people. But that's neither there right now. But the thing about it, man, I would say, as me, let me go into this right here. See, I was kind of like somewhat ridiculed. I'm going to just say that. Because I made statements that, and I've said it several times. Y'all heard me say this shit several times on several shows and did YouTube videos and shit talking about it. I said, for me, as a brother who gets into all different stuff, I say they claim to be a black nationalist. I'm a part of a black militia. I study all kinds of stuff. Y'all know Culture Freedom. We talk about different, all kinds of different information on Culture Freedom Radio. But so I said I don't. When I studied the language, the Nuwaupain language, I said I don't study the language. I don't have time for that. I don't study the language. And somewhat I had kind of got like somewhat ridiculed because I said I don't study the language, and I don't want to study the language because I deal with too many other things to be worried about dealing with a Nuwaupain language or studying the language. But I got somewhat ridiculed because of that. But I deal with other information that help more than just Nuwaupain people. I deal with a lot of information to help a lot of other people deal with stuff. Survival skills, just anything, black nationalism, a lot of different things. But when you say I don't want to study nothing but the Nuwaupain or only what Doc said, wait a minute. But then nobody's supposed to think that's wrong. Nobody's supposed to think, well, you full of shit. But if I just say I don't want to study the language because I deal with a variety of information and I don't have time to just deal with a goddamn language because. And here's another reason I don't have time and I don't deal with just the Nuwaupain language. You know why? Because I don't talk to Nuwaupains every day. I don't be around Nuwaupains. I only got one brother that I talk to that was a part of the Nuwaupain nation here in Memphis. And basically every other day we talk. And we're talking about other kind of business, all kind of other business. And he's really, he still read a little bit and study Nuwaupain information himself. But even he said himself, he don't got time for that because he run his own business. He do a lot of other things. And so why am I going to waste my time trying to learn Nuwaupain language if I'm not I'm not around a nation or a group of people like we used to be here in Memphis? If I'm not around them, why should I be wasting my time trying to learn this language? You know what I'm saying, to speak. When I'm dealing with people on a lot of different levels, I'm dealing with brothers from the Nation of Islam, my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, my Moorish brothers and sisters, a variety of people. People who don't give a goddamn about none of no doctrine one way or another that I had to deal with. So why am I going to waste my time trying to study a language when I have nobody to talk to and speak this language to? It makes no goddamn sense. So that's why I say I don't have time. I don't deal with it. Now, with somebody else that do, that's your prerogative, like Bobby Brown. But here's the thing, man, we got to study something. It's good. There's nothing wrong with studying other information outside of that. And here's another thing when I said I studied a lot of information. There's a lot of things that Doc did go into, but I would say as far as the Pan-Africanism or black nationalism that I mostly got into, that's not something that I ran across or even studied upon being in the Nuwaupain nation. And so, like, I have to go to my brothers like Stokely Carmichael, my good brother Kwame Toure, and I listen to my brother Malcolm, which some people don't even like to hear him as they don't want to hear deal with that. I get into the black nationalist scene because that's what I've always been in. I got into that. I was like that before I even got into Nuwaupain because I studied through the Nation of Islam first. And y'all know the Nation of Islam was supposed to have been like a black nationalist organization. So I was into that before I came into the fold of the Nuwaupain organization. So that's the part. Well, that's my premise, man. That's my first prerogative, my first priority, black nationalism. If I can't get that in there and study that, so they don't have the answers to what I'm looking for in that and what I need from that to help uplift our people on the nationalist scene, I got to go and get the information somewhere. So that's what I'm saying, man. Y'all got to come on. There's nothing wrong with studying other information. That doesn't take away from Doc being the master teacher. If you say he's the master teacher, that doesn't take away from him. Because what he said, I'm going to go with what this brother said. I'm going to go with what Doc said out of his own mouth and in his writings. He said, look, don't believe me, check it out. I'm going to say that's one of the number one, that we want to say a catchphrase that Doc say. That's one of the number one things that he say. Don't believe me, check it out. So if he's the only one with this information, why would a man go tell you to go check it out? So if he's the only one that got this information, how in the hell he going to tell you, don't believe me, go and check it out? Where in the fuck I'm going to check it out at, Doc? Where am I going to check this information out at? So that means somebody else got to be saying this somewhere else too. Somebody else got to be talking on this as well. So when I ask, can I go and verify this information by somebody else, Doc is basically telling you, don't believe me, go check it out. He's telling you, yes, Brother Sunray, you can go and check this so-and-so book out. Go check that book out, Brother Sunray, and yes, you can find the answers to, you can find something that verify what I'm saying. Sunray, go ahead, do that. Come on. So he's telling you, don't believe me, check it out. That means somebody else who's not Nuwaubian, who's not a part of Nuwaubian doctrine, is saying this as well. So what the fuck are you scared to go out and look outside of the information that the master teacher is presenting? What are you scared of? What you scared like they say about Islam? That, or some people like, well, not like most Christians, like, I don't want to study nothing else, brother. I'm fine with Jesus. And I ain't trying to beat up on my Christian family either, y'all. So I ain't going to study nothing else but Jesus, because what they think, a lot of them, they have a fear of studying outside of the doctrine of the Bible or the gospel, because they fear that it's going to take them away from their Jesus. That's why a lot of Christians, y'all know a lot of Christians don't study. Some study shit else. But they don't want to read. They don't want to hear shit about what y'all talking about. What y'all, let me talk about read the Purim Rule or the Metanetta or nothing about no Kemet or nothing like that. You tell them Jesus was not Jesus. Haru or Heru was the actual Christ in Kemet before Jesus Christ. Man, shit, they don't want to hear that shit, y'all, because they fear going outside of their doctrine going to take them away from their Jesus, their Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It's going to take them from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, it's going to take them away. They have a fear. So they don't want to stay. They want to stay in a comfort zone of being right there. Come on, family. That ain't for me. That ain't for me. Because like I told y'all, man, on a couple of shows, he was the master teacher. First, he was John Elijah Muhammad, who I learned. I was studying through the Nation of Islam first, and I studied, practice Sunni. But I learned it was God that opened me up to looking at other information. Like I told y'all, man, I said, what was it? I think on this show or video, whatever it was, that it was Doc that actually got me turned on to Doc. I know people like, well, him and Dr. Ben didn't get along. I didn't know what Dr. Ben. Y'all, I didn't know nothing about all these intellectual speakers and things like that. I didn't know, man. I was in the street, man, wilding out. I was out here stealing and other bullshit. I didn't know nothing about all these this doctrine, man, like Noble Drew Ali. I didn't know nothing about none of them people, bro. But when I got into the knowledge of Nuwaubian information, Doc opened me up to all of this by teaching on a lot of different things, the things that he was teaching on. So when I started picking up a book that Doc wrote, I started opening up the book, looking into other things, because Doc might say something, man, and talk on a certain thing, and I don't know what the fuck he talking about. I never heard this before. So here I go. I'm going to look it up. I might put the book down, like I said. You be trying to define a word or something, and you don't know the damn word, or you might pick the dictionary up and look the word up and define it. I might go on the, like you might have been talking about the black woman of God, talking about mitochondrial DNA. Now I got to go in, like, what the fuck is mitochondrial DNA? Now I got to go on the internet and go look it up. And once I start looking that up, it takes me into other avenues and other things. I'm like, God damn. Okay, you might got different other authors that's going into this. You got other people talking about that. So that's how it led me into looking up, like I said, Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark's, the Sheikh Antiochs, and all of these other brothers and scholars that we talk about, man. It led me into a lot of other, man, open doors, a lot of other places for me. So I'm like, God damn, okay, this shit is. So, like I said, I didn't get stagnated. You a lot of people get comfortable, man. There's nothing wrong with it, fam. It only enhances your ability to teach your people more who's not part of the Nuwaubian nation. And a lot of times it actually verifies. And I know people like that, well, I don't need nobody shit to verify my teaching. Okay, well, if people not of your teaching, you trying to save, so-called, like you said, save souls. You You got to have fun. Cause like everybody just ain't gonna rock with the Nuwaupains. Everybody ain't gonna rock just with the Hebrew Israelites. Everybody ain't gonna rock with the Nation of Islam. But if the Nation of Islam got the final calls out here and they got this information out here in the final call, final call, and somebody read that from the final call, it's like, damn, you know what? I seen that on so and so paper. I seen that in so and so. Like, damn, them brothers was right then. And my brother David came on here and he was saying something. He was, and somebody seen it. They be like, damn, you know what? That's what Brother David was talking about. I just seen the nation of gods and earth. In their paper, they were saying what Brother David was saying the other day. Like, damn, so Brother David wasn't bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's how this shit rolls. So now it kind of like solidified what Brother David was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm using Brother David as an example. But like I said, this show is let's keep it simple. Like I said, I got to tell y'all why I found it. I'm gonna bring Brother David in. I know he probably got things on the face, and we only got like 15 minutes. And the reason I'm doing this 30 minutes, or actually 30 minutes, 45 minutes round. So like I said, we trying to make it a vision decision. As me having to be the program director and manager, I'm just looking at something right now. We may be trying to move away from Blog Talk right now for financial reasons, and a lot of them. Because y'all know that we have always been sponsoring and financing our own shows. Well, a lot of shit that's going into play now, man. Hey, you got to be real. We don't have sponsors and things of that nature. So we got personal lives and shit that we have to deal with. And we funding this shit, man. Look, we still got to deal with the goddamn Obamacare, that high-ass shit. We got mortgages and shit. Hell, my shit just went up. You know what I'm saying? So, and we paying for this shit out of our pocket, man. Like, and we love what we do, but we still got financial strain. We, like I said, we don't get no money paid off this shit doing this. So, fam, we might be trying to move away from the Blog Talk and find other avenues. I don't know. We might be going. We got shows on Talk Shoot that we do too. We might just be moving to the Talk Shoot, like I said. Don't want to, but it is what it is, man. The financial things is going on, man. And y'all, we're not trying to come up here and make y'all do like everybody else do, man. Send us the $100 in and all that shit. We ain't trying to do that, fam. But hey, it is. You got to be realistical. This is a business, it's finances, and right now, like I said, man, I'm just doing a 30-minute show that's fucking free. Free for like that. I told y'all, man, 3 weeks. I just had surgery a couple of weeks ago. I've been out. But it is, I don't know, we might just be getting the fuck away from this, man, Blog Talk, and just looking at other avenues and like maybe do it. I don't want to fuck with the YouTube. Everybody else doing Google Hangouts. I'm really not into that shit right now. And I don't really want to go that avenue or fuck with that. I'm just being serious. Everybody want to go over there and do the videos, and I know it's money into that shit. And it's cool that people that do it. That's what you want to do. But I would love to be right here on Blog Talk. That's where the listener base has been, and we're gonna let y'all know what goes on. But I'm just saying we may be moving away from Blog Talk. And it is what it is. I'm just being truthful. Fucking with this, a lot of other shit come up. Family first. I'm gonna bring my brother David in right here. We got like a couple of minutes. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with, man, sitting outside Dr.York teaching, man. Learn something else too at the same time. Shalom. Peace, brother David.
Hey, shalom, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I got you, brother. Peace. How you doing, my brother?
Shalom, Chief Rabbi David Israel. Yeah, man. I was hearing what you were saying about Dr.York, and like it says in the Torah, Deuteronomy 7:3, do not intermarry with them. And I understand about moving away, studying outside the box, because like I said, I did a lot of that myself, and sometimes you gotta be by yourself, because, like I said, I know you said you was kind of like me. You ventured around Negroes and they bullshit, too. I hate to use that type of language, but, But,
go ahead, brother. Do your thing.
But when you go into the book of Tehillim, or as we call it, Psalms, the book of Psalms, the 73rd chapter, the 16th verse says, "Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches." Now, Dr. York, he taught on a lot of good things, and that's what kind of actually brought me back to the Hebrew, because I actually studied some Nuwaupains and got an Els Quran and all that too. When I stopped dealing with the Islam and all that stuff too. And that's actually how I got back into the Bible, because of hearing Dr. York actually put a lot of the biblical principles on the table more than any other leader. I know Elijah Muhammad put a lot of Bible out there, but Dr. York really went in depth, translated the Torah in Hebrew and, this and that. I'm not going to say Dr. York was all messed up, but, like I said, also, he had his problems. And like I said, a lot of fame and ego go to people's heads when they get all the way up there. When you get all the way up there, you on some Nimrod stuff. You got this egotistical big thing all up in your head. A lot of brothers, got that, like Nimrod had that big head. He had that big, all this evil stuff going on. Like Nimrod started out as a hunter. He started off as a hunter, working for y'all. But then what happened was he branched off and did his own thing, started getting vain as hell, and that's what happens with a lot of people. And that, like I said, I can understand why you fell away from following people, and even Brother Eric and Brother Anthony, other people fell back like me. I even fell back from studying under people because of the fact that that it's just this evil shit about them, When people get all the way up there, they start getting a whole bunch of followers, they become nasty, I noticed that when people got they big following, they forget about the little people who got them that following. Like Dr. York, I'm not saying Dr. York forgot about his own people, because, he did a lot. He built his own people up, but there were some things that, even though y'all might say, well, don't slander Dr. York and don't slander the Honorable Elijah Mom, don't slander, William Craig, don't slander, this man, that man, and Dr. Ben and all, but you don't, like you said earlier, you don't know what's going on in people's lives. I don't know what's going on in y'all lives. You don't know what's going on in my lives. So, you know what I'm saying? So, when people get all the way up there, you got to fall back from them, and you got to start finding your own self. You can't let a guru and an imam and a pastor and a rabbi tell you who you are,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and too, like I said, at the same time, like you said too, Brother David, sometimes, man, you fall the fuck back too, so because certain members of the organizations, man, they try to run you and shit. Like they'll try to run you. You know what I'm saying? You be like, well, you ain't doing this right, brother. You ain't doing so and so. You know what I'm saying? So that's sometimes that should push you away. You like, man, fuck it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even want to deal with this shit no. For you to have a conflict with people, you like, I don't even want to deal with this shit no more, bro. You're like, if I said I don't want to have to deal with the language of it because I deal with other stuff. Okay, I'm in the organization, but I deal with other shit besides just what we got in the organization. Oh, brother, you need to be getting on this. You need to be doing this. I tell y'all what, fuck it. I just lead the organization then. How about that? See, it's sometimes the members will push you the fuck away.
And you know what, brother Sunray? I tell everybody else, it's all about hind parts and money. That's all niggas care about, booty and money. It's all niggas care about, eating booty and getting money. You know what I'm saying? And that's straight up. You know, I tell you that. That's it.
Yeah, I'm coming to find that out, Dave. The country community have shown people that shit.
That's why I'm trying to tell you, just worry about your money and getting booty. That's all it's all about with these people out here. Like Dr. York, he was, what? They said when he got locked up, they say they couldn't get his medication. What medication? That's one thing a lot of brothers don't want to admit, but Dr. York had some herpes and some other venereal diseases that they mentioned in the court cases, which I've read, which a lot of brothers don't want to admit. Oh, they making that up, Dr. York. Dr. York was a freak, okay? A lot of Honorable Elijah's mama was a freak. Foul kind of freak. You know what I'm saying? All these brothers I have freaks, shoot, hell. If I had some women in front of me that look good, I'll be a freak too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, that's just how it is, It might be inappropriate, but I'm going to tell you, these people are humans. When you think about these leaders, they're humans, and humans, you might see them as all goody-goody because they your pastor, your guru, or your Rabboni, whatever the hell you call it, imam, chief rabbi. But they, you know what I'm saying, they got some damn shitty stuff about them, too. You know what I'm saying? They can be nasty, too.
But, David, some people actually will call, and I'm going to have to say this. This is Nuwaupains. We're talking about the Nuwaupains. Like I said, y'all ain't trying to beat y'all ass up, so don't nobody come with no bullshit trying to make no videos on Sunray, all this shit. Well, y'all, you do it if you want to, but you fucking with the wrong one, because I will come back. But anyway, people even call Dr. York their God. He's my God. They saying he's my God, this and that. Come on, fam. Y'all got to stop that shit, bro. Now, now check this out, brother, too. And another nutshell, Brother David, when everybody, they only study with Dr. York. And some people like, we just waiting on him to write the next book. What are y'all going to do when this man dies? I'm just being honest. What are y'all going to do when he dies? If he's locked up right now and being taken away from y'all, what are you going to do when he dies? And goddamn it, he's human, too. Because he eats, and y'all said he got a disease. What's that? I can't even think of the damn, I can't think of the name of the. They said it's a medical problem that he had. Not no herpes, brother. It's some angioedema. So angioedema.
He had
come
that.
on, fam. When he died,
he was a freak.
I never met the main person. I'm just gonna be honest. I ain't trying to take up for
Him and Elijah's mom was out there in the streets like that. You already know, brother. And Dr. Khalid was too. And
I don't know them personally, so I can't speak on their personal life. I'll be honest. I'm not going to speak to their personal life. But the thing is, what are y'all going to do when he dies? Yeah, what are you going to do when he dies? So where y'all get the information from when he dies?
I tell you, though, I'm going to do it like this. Keep them niggas locked up, but at the end of the day, let them out. So that way he can hurt the next person. That way y'all can wake up. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? My thing is a lot of these niggas should stay locked up. But at the end of the day, for to hit their followers and these people's way, let them out. Let them out and see what they do to you. You know what I'm saying? This is how I see it. I'm going to let people, like I said, I'm done with trying to press, for other people. Like now, press people for, what they believe. I'm just like this, let a nigga find out by their goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't try to beat people over the head with what I know and try to convince them. I want niggas to find out by their damn self. You know what I'm saying? Because once they find out, reality gonna hit worse, and they gonna have to, deal with it by themselves, and you'll see how they act after that. Shoot, people were talking about how Dr. York was going with them everybody. Okay, and was doing all that weird shit. Okay, let Dr. York out of jail. That way he can, and we'll see what's what. Put your daughter in front of Dr. York. Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all. That's all I'm saying. Shoot, let's put it to the test. Let's put Dr. York in the room with a whole bunch of